G'day, welcome back. Front, Wednesday, the future, 2020. Bagels. Welcome to Bagels. Finally finishing the edit. Thanks for being patient, all 7 people. I love you 7 people that were waiting and excited. I was waiting and excited, just incapable. But it's here, bagels. They're really easy to make. They're delicious. They're better than anything you can buy at the shops. They're probably better than any bagel you ever had, and you can make them at home. I made them at home. They're better than everyone else's that I've tried. Probably haven't tried that many, but they're really good, trust me. Or don't, and prove me wrong by trying this recipe. Let's make them. So the first thing you want to do is get 300 mils of lukewarm water, 1 stirring spoon, and 10 grams of dry yeast. Add this to your water. Add 1 tablespoon of brown sugar or white sugar. Give it a stir and set it aside for 10 minutes. While you're waiting for this to bloom or to bubble up and froth and activate, add 500 grams of plain flour through a sifter into a bowl. A big bowl, preferably. Give it a sift like professional, don't spill any, that's a sign of a rookie. Once it's sifted into the bowl, add 1 tablespoon of flaky salt, and then 10 minutes later, re-stir your frothed, activated yeast mixture and add it to your flour and salt. Even the frothy bit. Give this a stir with a tablespoon or your fingers if you prefer. Wait till it forms a loose dough and then empty it onto your bench top. I know it's going to look a little dry, but trust the recipe and don't add any water at this stage, just mix. It will slowly come together, as you can see. When you're kneading, try and pull the front of the dough towards the back and then push it onto itself forwards like this. So pull the front, bend it backwards and push it onto itself. As the dough slowly starts to come together, you can incorporate all of these dry bits that are on your bench top into the dough, creating quite a clean work surface. After kneading for about 10 minutes, the dough should look silky and smooth like this. Roll it around into a little ball if you like. It's not necessary, but you can do it. Then grab a large container, the same one that you used earlier, just cleaned in between scenes. Add a Jamie Oliver sized dollop of olive oil into the bottom. Swirl that around and place your silky little baby dough into the bottom of the pan container thing. Give that a swirl around as well. Cover him with Glad wrap and set him aside to prove and rise until doubled in size for about 1 hour. While you're waiting for your dough to prove, you can add these ingredients to make your everything seasoning. 1 tablespoon of flaky sea salt, 1 tablespoon of white sesame seeds, 1 tablespoon of garlic, 1 tablespoon of poppy seeds, and 1 tablespoon of onion flakes. Stir these together into the bowl and set it aside for later. Once your dough has been proving for an hour, remove the Glad wrap and punch him in the face repeatedly because he deserves it. Then flour your work surface and empty that punishment deserving boy onto your table. Pat him down with some flour, then grab this handy little dough cutter that you've no doubt got in your cupboard. You can just use a knife, you can use whatever. This costs about $3 on eBay. Halve your dough, set 1 piece aside. I like to mark out my dough so I get nice even bagels at the end, nice even little dough boys at this stage. So carefully mark in quarters and then cut like a pizza. Once you've cut all 8 pieces and set them aside, you want to clean down your work surface unless you have a really big bench, which I don't. Then you want to fold the corners of your dough triangles into themselves and underneath that floured surface. Pinch and pull them together, then grip it in between your fingers on the non-floured surface and swirl it around while pushing down with your palm. Once the bottom looks a bit like this, you can set it in a floured tray. Repeat this 8 times for all 8 bagels, then spin your tray with a victory smile, which you can't see. You can't see my face, but I'm smiling. Then you cover these 8 pieces with Glad wrap, same Glad wrap that you used before, #SaveTrees, and set them aside for 10 minutes. This is their final proofing stage. Put a large pot of boiling water on the stove and get it boiling. Preheat your oven to 220 degrees. I've got mine fan forced, 220 degrees Celsius. After 10 minutes, your dough boys should be well proved. Flour your hands and the top of the dough balls, and then one at a time, grip the dough balls between your thumb and your forefinger, or your middle finger, or your little finger if you're feeling brave, and pinch through them. Once you're through, you can use your fingers and your thumbs to create a little happy bagel. Place this onto a separate tray and repeat 8 times for all bagels. Once you've done this, you want to add another Jamie Oliver sized dollop of oil to a freshly cleaned tray, also cleaned off scene. Make sure you brush it really well. Then crack an egg into a small container and mix together as if you're going to scramble it later on. We'll use this with our bagels after we've boiled them. Once your water's boiling, place them carefully into the pot. Don't put them too close together because they will expand in here. If you only put 1 or 2 in, that's fine. Just do it 1 or 2 at a time. After they've boiled for 1 minute on each side, add them to your oiled tray and then baste with your egg mixture. You can use oil if you don't eat egg. Or you can use milk or anything that you have in the fridge. Once you've covered them in the egg yolk mixture, sprinkle them with your everything bagel seasoning and whack them in the oven for 20 minutes. Or until golden brown. After 20 minutes, pull them out of the oven and put them onto this little, or put them onto whatever you've got, but preferably one of these little drying sheets. And shablam! There you go. Homemade bagels. While they're fresh, cut them open and enjoy with your choice of topping. I've made some hummus here using chickpeas, sweet potato and coriander, a little bit of lemon juice. I'll be bringing out a video next week on a few other toppings you can put on these bagels. I then cut up some chili, some coriander, sprinkled that on top. Add a little cracked pepper, add a squeeze of lemon if you got some spare, and voila, enjoy. I think there was TV noise in the background of me eating this, so I've cut it out, but it's just the sound of me just snorting and drooling and licking things from my beard. And that's it, we finished, we made them. Well, I say we, as if it was a journey and we got there together. And we did, but not in reality. I got there. You should get there. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching. Thanks for waiting. All 7 people that were waiting for this video, like I said, appreciate it. Give us a like if you liked it, and even if you didn't like it, just to prove 2020's a generosity year. Seriously, if you liked the video, give it a like. If you didn't like the video, I'm really sorry, and I blame everyone else. Subscribe if you're looking for more progression, if you're looking for more zest, add zest. If you're looking for in between times content, I post a bunch of stuff in my stories on Instagram. This weekend I'm shooting my next video, which is going to come next week. You don't believe me yet, do you? But I'm in the business of proving people wrong. How delicious are the bagels? Find out for yourself. Hope you enjoyed the video. Can't wait to do the next one. See you soon. Ciao.